President Mehta is willing to renegotiate the election date with the head of government, Edi Rama, stating to the media that Rama is invited to discuss another date provided it falls before October 18 when decision on negotiations is expected. The parliamentary speaker has rejected the request of socialists to launch dismissal procedures for Arben Malai, stating it is not the competence of the MPs to make such a request but the Council of Ministers. The Alliance for the Protection of the Theatre has accused the Ministry of Culture of ordering the National Theatre building to be cleared out, which, according to them, increases the risk of the theatre's collapse. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 18th of July, 2019. Good evening and thank you for tuning in to RTV Ora's English edition. My name is Alexandra, bringing you the only daily update of the local Albanian news, translated into English. The President of the Republic, Ilir Meta, declared today that he is ready to change the date of the 13 October elections. Meta explained he is a flexible person, so if the Prime Minister doesn't like the 13th of October, then the date can be changed. But the new date must be before the 17th or 18th of October. It is necessary to be responsible to the Albanian people, starting with me as President and progressing to Mr. Rama as the chair of the current government and ruling majority, as well as to Basha as the leader of the opposition. If we do not organise comprehensive elections or if we do not find a solution for the current crisis, then we will fail in the fall exam. I look forward to meeting Mr. Rama and determining a solution to this crisis, declared Meta. The head of state encouraged political leaders to avoid wasting another day, hour or second on this issue. We cannot pass this exam without making standard choices. The negotiations can be opened only with improved standards. Those who want solutions are welcomed at the presidency and I will continue to keep the most principled position, concluded President Meta. According to the former head of the Central Election Commission, Kristach Kume, the decision by the Court of Durrës refusing to give the mandate to the socialist mayor, Valbona Sako, is as per the rule of law. Meanwhile, regarding the mandate of Vora's mayor for Agim Kaimaku, Kume says that the administrative court cannot decide on such issues, therefore the case should go to the relevant court. However, in this case, the High Court's malfunction will cause a deadlock on the issue. In response to the socialists, Kume said that the distribution of mandates by the court is not a ceremonial act, but an obligation predetermined by law, and as such should be respected until the end, even in cases where the courts decide against the majority. The former head of the Central Election Commission said that the crisis can only be solved through constitutional interventions and deep legal reforms. In the last days of this parliamentary season, a more softened political rhetoric has been observed, particularly in regards to the Socialist Party, who seem to have taken their foot off the accelerator in regards to their actions to dismiss President Mehta and Arben Malai. The majority today chose to postpone the procedures against Ilir Mehta until September, with the request for the dismissal of the members of the Supervisory Council for the Bank of Albania receiving the same fate. Furthermore, 28 socialist MPs demanded the commencement of procedures for the removal of Arben Malai from his post within the Bank of Albania because, according to them, the former socialist has violated professional ethics through public appearances in conflict with the policies of the institution he leads. But it was the Speaker of Parliament, Gramos Rucci, who, in the last plenary session for the season, overthrew the request of the socialist MPs as, according to him, it is the government's competence to undertake such an initiative and not the MPs. At the launch of the new parliamentary session in September, the majority will review the proposals regarding both President Ilir Mehta and the head of the High State Control. It is not yet known if the name of Petrac Milo will receive the votes of the socialists or if he will suffer the same rejection as Vitória Tusha and Bahri Sachiri. Unjustified delays in the allocation of funds for land affected by the construction of the Fier bypass and the lack of a response from the Ministry of Infrastructure, led by Belinda Baluku, has again risen the residents of Levani to protest. In a sign of revolt against the waiting and negligence, they today blocked the work of constructioneers. They are seeking the money owed to them for their land, and according to them, the decision for compensation was approved by the Council of Ministers, but has since been blocked by the Ministry of Infrastructure. We hope that one day the state actually becomes a state, declared one resident. Residents say they have prepared the document several times, having them officialised every time and addressed to every relevant institution, but their plight continues to fall on deaf ears. Just for the expropriations, I have come at least 10 times to resubmit the documents, but still no official response has been received, explained another resident. The lack of alternative roadways allowing residents to access their land is another cause of concern for these residents. Levani residents reiterated that they are not against the construction of the bypass, but the lack of accountability shown by the Ministry of Infrastructure and other institutions, who they see as forcing them to protest in order to receive their rights. The Theatre Protection Alliance has accused the Ministry of Culture of ordering the National Theatre building be completely cleared out, an action which they claim increases the risk of the collapse of the complex. Publishing comments on social networks, the Alliance has included images showing a group of workers extracting materials from inside the building. When asked about this denunciation by the Alliance, the Ministry of Culture claims no order has been made regarding the rearrangement of materials. Actors and directors, after having noted the start of material relocation, gathered in front of the theatre in protest against this action. In a statement to RTV Ora, director Kastriot Chipi says that this action is being carried out without any appropriate tender process or winning contract. Kastriot Chipi also says that, along with other actors, they will monitor the building 24/7 in order to prevent any potential collapse. Actors, directors and many other activists have committed to protesting every day for more than a year in order to prevent the destruction of the National Theatre. Tirana Court judge and candidate for the Constitutional Court, Ilir Mustafai, has been dismissed from duty as a result of a decision made by the Vetting Commission. The trial panel, after examining all the documentation sent by the assessment institutions, conducted a thorough administrative investigation procedure. The evaluation of the subject of the hearings on 14 June and 11 July in respect of the rights is considered complete. As a result of this re-evaluation process, the decision has been made to dismiss Mr. Ilir Mustafai from duty, reads the decision from the head of the trial panel, Lulsim Hamitai. This decision for the judge was not unexpected, as he had been previously warned during sessions when he requested the exclusion of the rapporteur. After leaving the hall, Mustafai said he would appeal about the decision by saying that the loss is not one for him, but the Constitutional Court, which loses an honest judge. I have strongly supported the reform in justice, the vetting institution, and everything that has been done in the interests of justice. However, today I strongly oppose this decision of the Commission that has been made in contradiction to the evidence, the law, the Constitution of Albania and the European Convention on Human Rights. With today's decision by the Commission, it's not me who has lost, because I will appeal the decision to higher authorities, and I am convinced that they will decide on justice. Today, it is the country that loses. It has lost the Constitutional Court, which now misses out on a fair, professional career judge and a law professor in its composition, said Mustafai. Furthermore, the Independent Qualification Commission also announced their decision to reconfirm Prosecutor Elida Kachkini, a candidate for the Special Anti-Corruption Prosecution, for duty. The approval in duty of Kachkini was received with applause by her colleagues. The third prosecutor to filter through the vetting process today was Ardian Uli, prosecutor of Vlora's Judicial District Court, with the Independent Qualification Commission deciding to dismiss him also from duty. Tomorrow, prosecutor of serious crimes, Olsian Chela, also a candidate for the chief prosecutor role, will undergo his vetting trial at the Independent Qualification Commission. The re-evaluation of this prosecutor is required in order to continue the process of selection for the position as General Prosecutor. Two separate gas explosions within a week in Tirana and Vlora have caused injuries to 7 individuals. Such incidences of human and material consequence have brought back the safety of gas cylinders found in the market, which are widely used by households and businesses, under the spotlight. Inspectors say that the most frequent cause is mistakes when installing the gas cylinders, a large part of which go unnoticed until disaster strikes. Riza Dokai, an inspector at the State Technical and Industrial Inspectorate, says such events can be avoided only if citizens are cautious and observe the technical rules. The State Technical and Industrial Inspectorate has carried out about 1,000 checks on subjects of trading fuel and other pressurised chemicals since January. During June alone, fines were imposed against a total of 6 subjects. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join us again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of RTV Ora, thank you and good night.